Fantastic selling is when the fans come first, and that everything you do is to their benefit and for their protection. I want to give you an example of fantastic selling out of my personal life, and that's a company called Stitch Fix. Do I have any other ladies in the room who enjoy using Stitch Fix? Anybody else? Am I the only one? Oh, Mary's in the back there. Yes. Yes. Oh, a few over here. Gentlemen, Stitch Fix is amazing. But I am not going to share with you Stitch Fix just to share and bore you with my personal shopping habits, Brian. Don't worry, I'm not doing that. Stitch Fix was founded in 2013 by a Harvard business graduate by the name of Katrina Lake, and is now estimated to be worth $350 million. Would anybody look to learn how to create a company in 4 years that's worth $350 million? Then let me share with you the story of Stitch Fix. Stitch Fix is an online personal shopping service. Ooh, I've got the ladies' attention now. You simply complete a detailed online profile. You give everything you need to about yourself, from your sizes to your style preferences. They show you sample outfits. You rate them from love them to hate them. Everything in detail. And then once a month, in the mail, you receive your fix. Cute, huh? Your fix is a box filled with 5 items. Those items are ranged from clothing to shoes to accessories. Included in the box is a postage-paid, self-addressed envelope. Any item that you wish to return simply goes in the envelope, and then you give it to your husband to mail it back. Your personal stylist will review any and all notes that you submit each month. I'm looking for a little black dress. They'll send you 5 little black dresses. I need a pair of jeans. They'll send you all jeans. I don't want you to send me shoes. I have plenty. They won't send shoes. It is completely personalized and customized to you. Well, that's just fantastic. I used to be one of those women who loved to go to the mall. I used to be one of those women that wore t-shirts like this: "Shopping is my cardio." And on a recent trip to the mall, I found myself aggravated, hot, thirsty, tired, irritated at how long it took them to check me out, frustrated because I didn't know what piece went with what piece, buying the same old thing that I've always bought because I don't know how to put it together. And that's when it hit me. Stitch Fix has ruined the mall for me. Why do shopping is my cardio when I can simply tell the stylist I'm looking for navy blue shorts, and they'll send me several to try on in the comfort of my home? So if you had to think of a word to describe the Stitch Fix service, what words come to mind? You tell me. What do you hear as I describe this to you? Brilliant. Brilliant. Yes, thank you.
Easy.
Easy. What else do you hear?
Stress-free.
Stress-free. Convenient. Customized. Personalized. And gentlemen, this is not limited to women. Stitch Fix now serves men as well. But maybe you're more familiar with things like the Dollar Shave Club for men, right? Where they send you the razor and the shaving supplies once a month to your liking, right to your home. Stitch Fix is fantastic. And I want to ask you a question this morning. If you are truly serving your customers, your home buyers, how personalized, how customized is your approach to new home sales? Because in today's economy, I call it the Stitch Fix economy. In today's economy, everything is about personalization and customization. Your buyers have a Terminator eye scan on them. What? Did you just call our buyers the Terminator? They're trying to kill us? No. Do you remember the Terminator movies? Am I the only child of the 80s in the room? Do you remember that Arnold Schwarzenegger, as the Terminator, had sort of within his mind this eye scanning ability? Do you remember that? And he would find an object and he would use his mind to scan it. Destroy, keep, destroy, keep. And he would decide, friend, foe, by this eye scan. I'm here to submit to you this morning that your buyers have an eye scan looking for relevance, looking for authenticity, looking for personalization and customization. Think about your own buying habits. You go into, say, Best Buy for a new iPad, or you go to Sears for a new washing machine. You encounter a salesperson along the way. Maybe you go to a car dealership to buy a car. You encounter that salesperson the moment your eye scan picks up that it's a canned presentation, that it's a pitch. What do? You ignore. If it comes to your inbox, what do? Delete. Now y'all are going to have to speak up. Okay, we have 150 salespeople in here who normally don't shut up. So I'm going to need to hear you louder. If it comes to your inbox, you hit delete. Thank you. If it is too often on Facebook, if it's a real estate agent on Facebook who all they ever post is new listing, new listing, new listing, new listing, new listing, what do? Unfollow. From our Facebook feeds to our email inboxes to our personal communications, your fans have very little, actually zero tolerance for canned sales pitches and irrelevant marketing. So I want to help you today take your sales pitches and your marketing to the fantastic level where it's more customized and personalized. You know what you're going to say. You have a plan. You have a sales pitch, but it doesn't come out like one. What if I stood here and read my speech to you?
Delete.
Thank you. Right? But I can assure you, I have chosen every word of this talk today. And it's my goal to deliver it as written, right? Without it sounding like I'm delivering it as written. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah, in the world of speaking, and I imagine this is true in sales, there is the sales pitch you planned to give, the sales pitch you actually gave, and the one that you hope to give next time, where you plan to correct all of your mistakes, right? Yep. The world of speaking is no different. We're the same way. We want you to plan and be polished, but we want it to come out in a way that feels like, I'm just talking to you. It's not easy, and some of you are thinking, she's miserably failing already, and that's okay. And some of you are thinking, is she really that perky? And you can ask John and you can ask Leah. The answer is yes. Morgan knows me well. She really is. If you want to be fantastic, to protect and serve your customers to the maximum ability, first of all, you have to know them. If I were to ask you to take out a flip chart piece of paper and give me a customer persona, in marketing we call it persona, another term for it might be profile, although that's not as politically correct a word in today's world. But if I said to you, in your neighborhood, I want you to tell me your typical buyer persona. I want you to give me the demographics. I want you to give me the buying motivations. I want you to give me the shopping habits, how they found out about you. Could you, on a flip chart piece of paper, tell me the trend or the persona of your last 10 or 15 buyers? That is a very important exercise and something as a team you could go back and do together. You must know your fans. And one thing I will submit to you is your fans use digital resources to learn about new homes, to figure out where they want to go look. They are heavily online. They heavily use Google for Google search. They heavily use social media, and social media actually influences their purchase decision. I get commercialed by Facebook almost on a daily basis. Am I the only one? I get the little ads on Facebook sell me every time. Between those and Pinterest, that's where I get commercialed these days. Because the TV commercials, I do what? I skip them. Social media influences purchases. It's not just about building buzz. It's literally about influencing where people buy. And those pesky online reviews. You must know your fans, that your fans read online reviews. How many of you have decided against purchasing something on Amazon? You were all set to buy it, and then you read the reviews. How many of you, am I the only one? No, of course not. On the flip side, how many of you were on the fence about an item on Amazon? And at the last minute you read the reviews and it pushed you to purchase one product over another product. Absolutely, we do it all the time. So those online reviews are very important. Now, if you're ever having a down day, one of your buyers is just really giving you trouble, the appraiser just will not appraise it, and you're just ready to wring somebody's neck, I highly recommend you Google funny Yelp reviews, because it is highly entertaining. Yes, everyone is just now writing that down. I have been giving you all these great tidbits, and they are writing down funny Yelp reviews. Okay, here's one for a donut shop called La Donuts. We really love this place. I've been going here since I was in junior high, and I would talk to the daughter's owner. Then one day a skate store opened up next door. The skaters got to her, and one of the skaters got her pregnant. Oh, and they'll usually hook you up with a free donut to try. Yeah, this is who we're selling homes to, people. It's quite frightening. This next dining experience was going extremely well. There was just one small problem. I mean, the food was fresh, the drinks were tasty. I got stabbed here. Yeah, the food was fresh and the drinks were tasty, but I got stabbed here. Yes. Would consider going back. 3 stars. What do you gotta do, like hit an artery to like get a 1 star on this one? I don't know. And then here's the other little tip I have for you. If you're ever considering becoming a criminal and you're thinking about which jail you're going to go to, there are reviews for jails. Yes. This is the Alameda County Santa Rita Jail. It has 31 check-ins and 5 stars. Yes, indeed. Yes. First off, you don't even need a ride here. They pick you up from anywhere in the county, and it's all free of charge. Sometimes they'll even get you out of bed. Excellent work. Yes, these are your fans, folks. Bottom line is, even though we now use digital tools to decide what products and services we want to buy, from your perspective, selling hasn't actually changed. I mean, what you have to do to make a sale, you have to give a good presentation, you have to make a connection, you have to overcome objections, you have to ask for the sale. That really hasn't changed. But let me lead the witness and ask it to you this way. Who has changed? The buyer's changed. The buyer's changed. Because they come to you with all of this internet digital research. They are informed, or they think they're informed. They're educated, but honestly, they've got that builder's porch on that builder's family room on that builder's lot, and they've really got it kind of mixed up. And it's up to you to clarify that and actually educate them, isn't it? They're informed and they're expecting something from you. So I have on this morning a Kendra Scott necklace. Do I have any other Kendra Scott jewelry fans in the room? Yeah, you have on earrings this morning. I noticed yours already, Alicia. So I'm a huge Kendra Scott fan. And again, gentlemen, I apologize. I'll make this brief. But it makes my point, so stick with me. I'm in Austin, Texas. I'm at dinner with the Sales and Marketing Board the night before an event for the Sales and Marketing Council, just like you, but I'm in Austin, Texas. And I noticed that two of the ladies at dinner have on these lovely earrings, and they're the same pair, basically. So I say to them, those are very lovely. Tell me about those. Well, these are Kendra Scott. Who is Kendra Scott? I say, well, she is a local jewelry maker who's a single mom who started this jewelry business out of her garage with her last few dollars to her name. It has gone like wildfire through the state of Texas, and she landed herself on Good Morning America on one of their Steals and Deals mornings. You're familiar? And it has gone crazy. And she's just one of these amazing female success stories. I was like, that's really cool. Well, you know how when you buy a car or you start looking at a particular car, you start seeing it everywhere? Yes. So I'm on Pinterest, I'm on Facebook, talking to other women. I start seeing Kendra Scott earrings everywhere. So I start, like many women in today's world when we're shopping, I start pinning them to my jewelry Pinterest board. And I start sending links to my husband, suggesting them as gifts. So I'm at a birthday party with my son. I'm telling one of the other moms, I pull it up on my phone, you gotta see these earrings, these are really cool. Now, let me take a break from the story, step aside. I don't own a pair yet, but I'm already what? I'm already an advocate for her brand. And I don't even own a pair yet because the husband hasn't taken the hint. Okay? I am already a fan. So one of the other moms at the birthday party says, Meredith, she has a store in our mall. I had no idea. So off I go one day to the Kendra Scott store at the mall. Now, given that I'm already a fan, where were my expectations? Were my expectations down here for my experience at this store, or were they up here? Maybe kind of like people who have been looking at your model home virtual tour on your website. We know that they come back 11 times to your site before they ever walk in the door of your model home on average. They've been on that photo gallery, they've looked at that virtual tour, and they are walking in and expecting the heavens to part and the lights shine down and right? I walked in that Kendra Scott store and I was greeted by a young woman. Hello, welcome, come on in, we're so glad you're here. Everything in this store is to be touched and tried on. Everything, on any display. And if you don't see it on one of the displays, start opening the drawers down here. We've got more colors and more styles in the drawers. And if you don't see it in the drawers, come over to our Color Bar touchscreen display, where we will custom make you any pair of earrings, any necklace, any bracelet, with any stone to any metal match you want. And the heavens parted, and the light shone down, and off it went. I spent a lot of money at Kendra Scott that day. I was a fan, and they met me as a fan. I'm telling you all of this to tell you that your leads that walk into your model home, your ups, your prospects, your guests, all those words that we give them, they're none of those things. They're fans. If I'm on the internet doing this much research, I have eliminated several other neighborhoods. I have eliminated other builders. I am down to one or two, and I'm showing up to you. And I am hoping and praying that when I walk in the door, you are going to assume the relationship with me and treat me like the fan that I already am. But I don't want to tell you I am, because that tips my hand, and we've been told that's not how you negotiate, right, for real estate. But I want you to begin to assume the relationship. If you were to simply ask them, have you been on our website? 90% of them are going to say yes. And then a simple follow-up question, was there a plan or a particular home site or a particular inventory home that caught your eye? Why, yes. Yes, there was. And you are off to a completely different, personalized, customized conversation than them walking in and going, hi, welcome to Oak Tree. We have 12 plans ranging from $1,200 to $2,500. It's fun shopping for new homes, isn't it? I would like back up for dramatic effect, but I'm afraid I'll fall off. Right? It comes off canned, too pitched, too salesy. Give your fans what they want. And what they want is to be treated like they are there to buy something. I know they may not express that to you, but when I walked in Kendra Scott that day, I wanted to be acknowledged for the fan that I already was. And if you act like you don't know me and you've never heard of me and I'm not important to you, how do I feel? Does that serve your customer? No. When you assume the relationship from day one, the fan factor begins to take over. The fan factor is when the fans do the selling and marketing for you. They do it for you through social media shout outs, through awesome online reviews, through photos. They let you take a photo when they get their keys and post it on your social media. It's when they do it for you. And when you put the fans first, you will protect, you will serve your customers, and it's a win-win for everyone. It will result in more traffic, leads, and sales for you, but also a better experience for them, because that is how we buy today. We buy based on reputation and experience that we have. Your current buyers that are under contract right now, their experience with you, with your builder, with your warranty team, with your superintendent, is your marketing for the next sale. You could take out all the ads in the world, radio commercials, social media, email blast. You could blast and bury them with email. But I'm here to tell you it's all completely wasted if the word of mouth experience that the current people are having isn't awesome. Because word of mouth in today's world is word of mouse. You see what I did there? It's pretty clever, right? That word of mouth is everything. So we're going to talk about two elements of this. First of all, on the front end, you've got to wow them online first. Your website must wow them. When I was a little girl, my dad used to try to teach me how to hit the baseball. I am not a very good sports-oriented type person. I am better at shopping. Yes? So he was trying desperately to teach me how to hit the baseball. And he would throw me the ball, and the deal was, if I could hit it over the fence, he'd take me to Dairy Queen. So I wanted to hit that baseball. I wanted to hit it. I wanted to hit it. And so he kept repeating this mantra to me. Meredith, keep your eye on the ball. Keep your eye on the ball, Meredith. In today's world of digital marketing, there are so many bright, shiny objects to capture your attention. Should I be on Snapchat, Meredith? Should I be tweeting? Should I be Facebook Live? And what on earth am I supposed to do on Instagram? And I'm here to tell you this morning to keep your eye on the ball. Your website is the foundation of all of your digital marketing, and it must wow. It must be a 10. If you're a business owner in the room this morning, this is critical for you. If you're one of the sales agents, hold tight. I've got something for you too. Just give me a minute or two on this, and we'll circle back to you. But with people using digital so heavily, if your website isn't wow, they'll never get to the stage where you get to meet with them in the model, or talk to them on the phone, or respond to them via email from the website lead. It just won't happen. If you Google bad website examples, this is what you get. And indeed, it's really bad. It's really bad. Ultimately, your website must do one thing and one thing only: help people find a home in one click or less. If it does not do this, you're complicating things and it's not working for you. From your home page, can I find an available home? If you're a custom builder, can I find a portfolio of past projects or a photo gallery? If you're a to-be-built plan builder, can I find a list of home designs? I'm not going to take time to read these today, but in your handouts, I have a detailed checklist of items that I'm asking about your website. And you can follow along there and take a little audit of your website and see, does it do these things? It needs to do all of these things and more. So often we just make things complicated about a website. We focus too much maybe on design or colors, and a lot of that is subjective, and you won't please everybody anyway. I encourage you to focus on the functionality. How user-friendly is it? Can I access it on a mobile device, and how well and how easily? Does the photo gallery work on a mobile device? 50% of your traffic is currently viewing your site through a mobile device. When was the last time you pulled it up and checked it? Do the forms work properly on a mobile? Now, you're not allowed to do it right now because we're in a CE course, but this is a piece of your homework for later today. So I have your checklist in here, and I hope that you'll take a look at it. Once the website wows, you sales agents, you have to also wow. Do you think I would have spent a lot of money at Kendra Scott that day if I'd walked in and the sales associates had been busy talking to each other and never acknowledged me? We've all been there in a retail environment. How about when you are trying to purchase something at a store and the person is busy talking on the phone or texting or doing something other than acknowledging you? Or maybe you're lucky enough to be in a model home that's super busy and you've got a lot of traffic, but as new people come in, there's no just basic acknowledgement of, I see you, I'll be right with you as soon as possible. All those little things, in those nanoseconds, you are making an initial impression that says to your fans, either I see you, I can't wait to talk to you, I'm handling multiple things here, but I will be right with you, an acknowledgement that this will be a personalized, customized experience, or they are getting and they're going to check out. They literally may just turn around and walk out. You salespeople, it is the marriage of the online wow to the offline wow, and both have to be in place to make sales in today's world. It doesn't work without the two working together. Your buyers, the number one thing they want from you, they want you to be relevant. So I do not doubt any of your sincerity in terms of wanting to serve your customers, in terms of wanting to deliver them this personalized experience. I know you want to do it. What I would suggest to you, though, is you've probably got a couple of little habits that are throwing up a red flag to your customers that might be giving a different impression than what your heart wants them to feel. Could you accept that as an idea? We get busy, we get stressed, we get in a rut, and your goal is to make them feel that way, but by the simple way that you initially greet them, it doesn't necessarily come off. Or the way that you open the conversation, it doesn't necessarily come that way. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to open your eyes to this morning, to create a little more sense of awareness. When they asked earlier how many of you have been doing this over 10 years, there is a lot of you in the room. I am humbled that you would come and see us. You're the experts in the room. But when you've been doing something a long time, it can become a bit of a routine. And it's good to have your awareness level checked once in a while. Go back and start just paying attention again to, is there any little thing I might be doing or saying that trips somebody to think this is a canned spiel, or I'm in a hurry to get through this because I have something more important to do or different to do. And not because you mean it, but because it happens to all of us. Because of the amount of internet research, you engage your buyers later in the journey. You engage them much later. As I said, they have eliminated all the other options and they're down to just a couple. It's like Final Four basketball. And you're in the hunt, my friends. It's like Miss America, and we're down to 3, and somebody's about to get a crown. You are in the running. On some level, these guests, prospects, ups, leads are fans. They have a relationship with your brand because they've been studying those photos and those virtual tours and those blueprints. They've been studying and studying them for months and have finally shown up. So ask yourselves these questions as you go back. And they're in your handout. And I want you to really be brutally honest with yourself. Question number 1. When you first meet with a fan, let's not say prospect, right? How much do you assume they know off the bat? 1 to 10. How much do you assume they know? I would suggest to you, if you aren't already, start assuming they know a lot about your neighborhood, your builder, your plans. How many times have you interacted with a salesperson who assumed you knew nothing and didn't even ask you to find out what you knew? And 50 PowerPoint slides later, you're suffering a slow death by PowerPoint. I once had a technology company contact me to want to be an affiliate with our company. Now, I am a digital marketing company. We build websites for home builders, okay? And this vendor started the demo with a PowerPoint on the importance of internet marketing. I stopped him. I said, "Sir, I don't mean to be rude and I don't mean to sound arrogant, but I literally wrote the book on this that is carried at the International Builder Show every single year. Maybe we could skip ahead." And I am not normally like that at all. I'm not. I'm kind of usually way too nice. But honestly, in my mind, I kind of thought maybe I was doing him a favor because he was not personalizing, customizing to me. I hope that doesn't happen for him again. But I don't want anybody doing that to you. So it would be very simple for you to do what? To find out their level of knowledge. All you have to do is what? Ask. 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 And here's the next tip I will give you. Here's the question. What specifically do you say to ascertain how much they know and what they know? So yes, asking is the right answer, but what are the words that you want to use? I think it's pretty simple, as I said earlier, to ask them if they've been on the website. That's an easy way to find out what they know. Most of them are going to say yes. It's also interesting if they come in and they're quoting facts and figures about the neighborhood, comps, they seem to know a lot about it already, to simply ask, Where have you been doing your research? It's clear to me you've been doing a lot of research on this area. You mind if I ask what apps or what sources? Because wouldn't it be nice to know if it's Zillow or Trulia or the one where they take a picture of the home snap? Yeah, because taking a picture of a house gives an accurate appraisal amount every time. Seriously? How can you debunk some of this knowledge that really isn't accurate if you don't really know where it's coming from? And not that we want to make anybody feel stupid or bad, but you can gently kind of course correct some of that information that they've gained. So I want you to be thinking about, in your words, moving forward, what specifically could you say right off the top of the meeting that would indicate to them, I am here to personalize this presentation to you, and I need to know what you know so that I can do that. It will make a tremendous difference in how the rest of the conversation goes. Are you prepared to ditch the pitch? To ditch the pitch, baby. And I will tell you, ditching the pitch is hard. It is hard to go off script and still stay on message. That's the trick. Some of you, you easily ditch the pitch. The next thing I know, you're talking about your days as a little league player and how long you've lived in Birmingham and your favorite restaurant, and the person's just standing there going, I don't know why we're talking about these things. Ditch the pitch, but on message. That will take some experience, some time, and some practice. Here's how I do it, because I honestly relate a lot of what I do to what you're doing. When I'm preparing my presentations, I literally do script every single word. I script out every word and I choose my words very carefully. Then I toss my script completely. You'll notice there is no script here. And I use the slides as my visual aid, and I know when this slide comes up, these are the talking points for it. Does that make sense? You could do the same thing in your model home. All of your visual aids in your model home are there to prompt you. So when we talk here at this map or this topo table, I have in my mind the well-chosen words that I want to use. But because I'm not reading them off a piece of paper, they should come out fairly conversationally. And that's the last piece of it, and that comes from practice. I've done a lot of practice in front of video cameras. I have a video camera here today filming. It is not fun to watch yourself on video. You always need to lose 15 pounds. Gentlemen, you're always surprised at the top of the head. Ladies, we're always surprised. Is it really that big? But my presentation tip to you is, there is nothing like learning how to present yourself as when you watch yourself on film. You will pick up every little tick from jingling your keys in your pocket to saying like and too many times. You will pick up every bit of that, and you can start to work on getting that out. So as you speak to the visual aids in your office, you can begin to customize, because when you know you hit this point, I know I have 1, 2, 3 points that I want to hit, but I can do them in a different order. I can start in the middle and work my way out if that's where the buyer is in their journey. Does that make sense to you? Yes. Good, good. I hope that helps you. In summary, I want you to, number one, start assuming a relationship. On some level, the people walking in your model home are a fan. They have eliminated others and they are down to just a couple. Treat them accordingly. Treat them like the be back, even though you've never met them before, they've met you, or at least they've met your brand online and they're interested. Number two, drop the cliche questions. No more, it's fun looking at new homes today. No more, what brought you out? I want to say, my car. No more, how can I help you? Because then we automatically respond with, just looking, just looking. Okay? Drop the cliches. Get rid of them. Get them completely out of your presentation. If you have to write down and script every single word of it and then start practicing to your visual aids, you can learn to drop them out and get rid of them. And people will love your authenticity for it. And lastly, the more specific you can be in your presentation, the more likely I will be to buy from you. I need you to tell me things about the neighborhood, or about the builder if it's a custom, or about the available home that I can't read on the internet. I need you to tell me things of what it's really like to live in this house, of what it's really like to come home to this neighborhood at the end of a long day, of what it's really like at 4th of July when we have our neighborhood picnics. What is it really like here? When you can tell me that and share that with me, you're worth more than the entire internet combined. And suddenly you have served me to my benefit because you've made it come to life. You've made it real. When you can show me how this jetted tub is going to feel at the end of a long day, or how this triangle in the kitchen is going to operate when I've got 20 people in my house for Thanksgiving and I can't cook, that's when you're going to make it real. Drop the cliches, drop the canned pitches, and start talking to me, right? Conversational, but on message, and it'll work for you every time. Ultimately, what your fans want from you more than anything else is for you to be a super fan. As you so eloquently put it, they want to know that you care about them. They want to know that you love your industry, that you love new homes, that you wouldn't sell a used home for anything in the world, that you love new homes, that you love them, the buyers, that you love being in sales. Do you love being in sales? I love being in sales. I try not to be so salesy, and I can't do it. It just comes out. Do you love it? Do you love your team? They need to know that you love all of these things, the builder you work with, your team that you sell for. When you are a super fan of your industry, when you remember your why on the difficult days, I want you to remember your why. Every day, it's not possible to be a super fan. It's difficult. There's paperwork and problems and appraisals and lending and all of these things that can go wrong on any given day. And it's hard to be a fan on those days. It's hard to be a fan when I've been sitting on the tarmac for 3 hours not moving and it's midnight. Although I am available to be dragged down the center aisle for $5 million. I'm totally available. I can take it. Hit me to the face. I can take it. $5 million. I might even do it for 3. It is difficult to remember your why sometimes, but I'm telling you, tap into it. Why are you doing this? What's your why? Mine is very simple. It's very easy. I can picture it in my mind 24/7, 365. If they drag me down the aisle, my why will be clear in my mind. It is shoes. No, my why is Brady Oliver. My why is Alan Oliver. I do all of this for them. When you can remember your why, you can be a super fan on any day, no matter what's happening to you. And it will be easier for you to tap into their why. When you tap into your fans' why, what's really driving this purchase decision, it's much easier to tolerate irritating, aggravating buyer behavior because they have a why and it's driving them. And on a human to human connection level, we can make the connection, and I can be a fan. Because at the end of the day, that's what we want. We want a beautiful life, right? With our friends and our family. And you know what? That's what your fans want. They want that. They want family dinners of all shapes and all sizes and all types. And they want it in an open concept dining room to a kitchen, right? With quartz countertops and stainless steel appliances. For some of you, your why, your beautiful life, is the next phase. It's the encore phase of your life, where it's me and her, because those kids are finally out of our house. And we're going to do what we want to do for the first time ever. Right? For some, the why looks like this. Cool hipster people with a man bun, hanging out with other friends, and we don't get them, but they're cool. Whatever your why looks like, when you put the fans first, when you do everything to benefit your customers, it's a win-win. You get a beautiful life. They get a beautiful life. And it's simply fantastic.